You're listening to a download from theoutdoorstation.co.uk. Number 585.
Hello and welcome back to The Outdoors Station and the first podcast of 2025. This is also the 20th year for me producing these podcasts, which, and I've said this before, makes it the longest running outdoors related podcast in the world. If you're one of our regular 1,000 listeners who have been tuning in since 2005, thank you so much for your endless support. As you know, my last 4 podcasts were recorded and produced in Cambodia and Vietnam, where I was hoping to create a different series with an outdoors and travelling twist. However, it didn't quite go to plan, as illness meant that 2 out of the 4 weeks was lost, so I stopped the series. A story for another time. Now, someone who isn't lost is my guest from podcast number 577, Zara Lachlan, who set off from Marina de Lagos in Portugal at 9 a.m. on Sunday the 27th of October 2024. Just over 9 weeks ago as I record this, aiming to become at 21 the first female to row from mainland Europe to South America, solo and unsupported. The youngest person to achieve this feat, and the youngest female to row mainland to mainland across the Atlantic, all in the aid of charity, Team Forces Foundation, and Women in Sport. So while we've all been getting excited about Christmas these last few weeks, filling our stockings and no doubt enjoying more food and drink with our loved ones than normal, Zara has been on her own, rowing 15 hours a day, in all weathers, occasionally not making any headway at all. However, looking at the tracking map, which you can find on teamforces.org, she is already just over halfway. Although I was hoping to interview her live about now, half of her comms system has gone down. However, she has managed an audio diary of sorts, and I've compiled them here to share the story of the first half of her journey for listeners. If you heard the first interview in podcast 577, you'll know that she hasn't even told her friends what she's attempting, just that she might be trying some rowing in South America over the Christmas break. Zara is one very understated young woman with a big heart and bags of grit and determination. So please make a donation to one of her charities if you can. Or, at the very least, leave a supportive note on her Instagram, Atlantic_solo_Zara, which I know she reads faithfully every day when she gets a signal. Naturally, the quality of her recordings vary depending on the weather, and I've tried to tidy up the wind noise in the audio as best I can. So let's now share the journey of the last 9 weeks with Zara Lachlan.
Day 1, it is cold and windy. And then I have the waves are sideways to me because the wind is sideways to me, so very rocky. But it is what it was supposed to be, which is good. And tomorrow should be better. I'm just trying to get through as many calories as I can right now because I have a tough 24 hours coming up. So I want to be making good decisions. And then this morning was really cute. I had loads of people waiting to say goodbye to me. Some girls had made banners. And it was just really sweet. I wasn't wearing sunglasses when I left my berth, and I was very shortly after because I cried a little bit. But I was happy. I wasn't sad. I was just, I felt very loved by some people I'd not even met before. So, yeah, this is the sea. It's going to look like that a lot of the time, but it's pretty at least. Okay, bye. 4:27, day 4. I am going the wrong way. I put out a drug initially to try and slow me down so that I could steer it and still make some positive ground, but I've put out power anchor now, and I'm still moving in the wrong direction. So I get to watch the little boat go further and further the wrong way. There's nothing I can do about it, it's just tough. So we've got a lot of ground to make up for as soon as it turns light tomorrow. Coming up to the end of day 4. I don't know how far I've gone today, I'll work it out in a second. But definitely not as far as a couple of days ago. I wasn't really with the weather today. I was going backwards for some of it. I was at power anchor and I drifted a couple miles the wrong way, and that frustrated me, but it was literally only a couple of miles, so, and the ocean's huge, so it's fine. But yeah, well, if the rowing felt good today, it was quite slow, but I did quite a lot. I'm going to take a quick nap now, and then carry on into the night. But yeah, day 4, almost done. It is day 5. I am having the hardest day mentally so far. The weather is just rubbish. It's not quite what it was expected to be when I left. And so I've been rowing all day and I'll row all night. Not very fast and not really in the right direction. It's the first day that I felt like I failed a bit. But the weather will turn hopefully in a couple of days and then actually take me down and away from Africa. But this is where I've gone today. I'll show you. Not very far, not really in the right direction considering this whole bit here was the first 2 days, and then this little squiggly bit here has been the past couple of days, so it's day 8 and I have had a couple of days of slow weather and I was getting a bit just bored about it. But it is so pretty. Look at the sky. So you can't really be annoyed when it's like that. And it's so much better than being blown into Africa. So slow couple of days, but fine. The weather will come and then I'll be quick. But yeah, it's hard to be upset when you have this twice a day, every day, and loads of birds. There they are, wait. Got them. It is a really good job that I have navigation on board because it's a really, really starry night and I am rowing south, but I'm actually heading towards the North Star, so maybe I've discovered the South Star or maybe it's not the North Star. But yeah, very, very, very long day of rowing today and I didn't actually get very far. My legs ache. So I'll touch my toes before I have a quick sleep now and then back on it tomorrow. Shock. It is day 10 and some of you are worried that something's gone horribly wrong because I was going the wrong way yesterday, and trust me, no one is more aware of that than me, but I had some rubbish weather and it was too strong for me to row against, so I was actually at parachute anchor all day. But it doesn't keep you completely stationary and I still drifted. It took me about 9 hours of rowing this morning to make up for that, and then I've got about another 10 to go today. But sometimes it's going to happen, sometimes I am going to get blown in the wrong direction. I'm fine. It is day 11 and for the first time in a week and a half the wind is actually with me. It's not very strong, but I'm actually being blown in the right direction, so I can go 2 knots instead of 1, which is nice. And I saw a flying penguin today, which is also pretty cool considering that's impossible. So, good day. I think the weather slows down again tomorrow though, so back to 1 knot. What is that though? My hand. Okay, good day though. It is day 14. I have some wind today with me, which is really nice. It's not very strong, but it should stay around for a couple of days and it should actually pick up a bit. So this is my biggest miles day in a long time. And then hopefully I should be able to head down to the Canaries relatively soon. I'm on my way now. But also no sun for the past couple of days. So I haven't been able to make much power, which has been a little bit difficult, but we're managing. Yeah, good day. Quicker than my other days, which is nice. It is day 16 and I've passed the 500 nautical mile mark today, which means I am just under a 1/7 of my way through. So, got a long way to go still, but this is the toughest part, and then I'm actually on my way towards the Canaries now, and then once I'm past the Canaries it should be relatively okay, with some good weather hopefully, but I'm feeling good and the weather's starting to come with me now, which is really nice. It is day 19 and I have had a really tough past few days. I have had very long hours of rowing in very slow conditions, not getting very far, and I didn't actually get far enough south that I needed to miss some bad weather. So for the next 5 days I am being blown east, just towards the Canaries and towards Africa, and I'm now very near the Canaries and don't want to stop there, so don't want to get blown into them. And if this was the first week of my crossing I definitely would have said that I failed, but I haven't, because I worked hard
and sometimes I'm just not going to be able to meet the goals that I have. I'll set lots throughout this whole thing and hopefully start meeting some of them. This is the toughest part, and I knew that this would be the toughest part. I have a week more of just tough, and then hopefully it starts to come with me. So I am in the Canaries now. I can see land. I just have to get as far south as I can in the conditions I have in the next 5 days, and then the weather starts to come with me, and then it's much more predictable across the Atlantic, which would be nice. Because it's still good. I seem sad, but it is still good. But it has just been difficult. And I've had lots of days where I'm only going 20 miles, and the Atlantic's quite big, so 20 miles doesn't feel very significant. And so it's difficult when you have a few days in a row of not really feeling like you're making any progress. But I'm just going to carry on and see what I can do in the time that I have. It is day 24 and I have been struggling a lot with motivation recently. I don't have very helpful weather at the moment. I think I've had helpful weather for about 4 days so far, which means at the moment I can go about 15 miles, whereas when it's with me I can go over 70. And it's difficult to push myself and row so many hours every day when realistically the progress is very insignificant when you think about how far I have to go. And to have that every day for weeks by myself has been tough. And knowing that the good weather doesn't seem to be coming anytime soon, I know it will change, and it could be a lot worse. I could have really horrid, scary waves and things like that, but I don't. And I've seen lots of dolphins and I've had very pretty skies, and so it could be worse. It's just really difficult to see the speed read 0 point something because I've got a long way to go. I don't think the weather was quite supposed to be this bad. It's not normally like this. It's just been a bit difficult recently, and I know that it will change, and I know that I will get there. I just hope it changes sometime soon, which would be lovely. And thank you for all of your support. I do read the messages and they mean a lot to me, especially people that I don't know being very, very kind. So thank you everybody, because some of those messages have definitely got me rowing a few extra hours a day when I didn't want to. So thank you. It is day 28, it's week 4. I have very, very, very calm water. I do have a headwind, but it's light enough that I can row against it, which is really nice. I won't get very far today, but it's days like today that are my favourite, because I have had a difficult month, but I have honestly really enjoyed it. And I've learnt so much, and about myself as well. But it's when it's like this, when it's so peaceful and I don't listen to anything else, that I just feel very, very overwhelmingly lucky. Oh, you can still see my goggle line. I feel very overwhelmingly lucky to be here on a boat by myself in the Atlantic. I see so many dolphins when it's like this, because it's easier to hear when they come up to breathe because there aren't waves crashing. And because you can see further because there aren't waves in the way. And actually, when I was under the hull, under the boat this morning, cleaning it, some dolphins swam underneath me, which was the coolest thing ever. Before the crossing, I don't think I'd ever seen a fish that wasn't in a marina. And now I see fish and dolphins all of the time, and I'm so grateful. And I'll row as far as I can today, but it's going to be a really good day. is day 37 and I haven't done one of these in a while. I've been having a good time and I forgot, which is a really nice reason to forget to do something. It has been hard work, but I'm out of the Canaries, and yeah, I'm happy because that was tough, and I just have the Atlantic now and I should have some good weather to take me across, and also I'm having fun and I am learning lots. I'm taking some incredibly bad photos of everything that I'm seeing, and I'm feeling good and I'm excited, and I'm excited for the better weather. I have good weather all week, but it's day 37 and it's going really well. Yeah, I have some wind with me today. Wow, doesn't look like there's any waves on camera. There are small waves here, but it's going really well. It is day 49, week 7, which feels crazy to say, and it's going well. I am doubling miles. I've doubled in miles what I can do than I was doing a couple of weeks ago, which is really nice, and that should keep going up. And then, today is the first time that I feel properly tired. I've somehow managed to avoid it for the past 6 weeks, but rowing is a leg sport and my legs hurt. And I'm at parachute anchor now because I have some southerly winds pushing me north, and I'm really looking forward to getting to sleep a little bit longer than I usually get, which is unusual because I normally hate being at power anchor because I find I'm not a patient person and I find it frustrating having to wait for the better weather. But I like the timing of this one. And I'm also missing people I love a lot. It's a long time to be by yourself, but I am still grateful to be where I am. I'm looking forward to going home, but I will enjoy every day that I have before then. And I'm grateful I have people that I do miss so much. Yeah, it's going well. It's day 7. No, it's week 7. And I'm going to go to sleep. It's day 51 and I haven't done one of these in a while because it didn't feel like there was anything to update you on because it's blue and I'm rowing and nothing's really changing. It's going well. But in the past 24 hours I've had 3 things, so I'm going to update you. I had a small cut that just bled a lot. I'm fine. And I was cleaning it and then washing it off in the sea, and then a couple of minutes later a shark appeared, which was pretty cool. It hung about for a very long time, almost an hour. It was not a great white shark, it was brown, so it was a great brown shark. And then what else happened? Oh yeah, I've been told to have a routine of rowing for 15 hours a day, so I think I'm going to row for 16 and a half because that's basically 15. So I'm going to rest 9 p.m. till midnight, 3 a.m. till 6 a.m. and then 1 p.m. till 2:30, so that I can do stuff when it's actually hot, like clean the boat, because I don't want to get in the water when it's cold. And I need to eat. And then also this morning in the early hours when it was dark, I had a very large ship not turn on its radio, heading directly towards me, and I was on the radio and I was like, oh no, you can see on the AIS where they're gonna go, and it was exactly me, and so I used a white flare. They still didn't reply on the radio, and they missed me by 0.1 of a mile, which is nothing. It's ridiculous. I'm very angry at them, because, you know, I can't do anything about that. that would be very, very bad. So very grateful that I'm okay. And then yeah, just rowing today, but it's going well. I've stopped doing these every day, so I have no idea what day it is, but I think it's day 54, maybe 53. And I have just got in the water, so I have goggle marks, so I'm going to keep the goggles on. But I'm not a very good swimmer. I really am not. And so going in the water for me is always a bit weird, because the idea of not seeing the floor doesn't bother me, because I've never been in the ocean really, so I've never been used to seeing the floor, so that doesn't bother me, which is good, because I think that's what most people don't like. What I don't like is, because I don't like being in the water, because I'm not a good swimmer, I don't like the feeling of being out of breath underwater. I don't like having to know I need to come up for air, because it means I've been under for a long time. But you have to get properly under the boat, so to be like almost scared, well I am scared, and then have a boat on top of you, and then which means that you've then got to pick a side to swim to then come up for air, but then it's actually quite wavy today, so you come up for air and then a big wave will come and then you just end up drinking half the water. So I'm helping sea levels go down by drinking it all. So I'm not sure if most people would have gone in today, but wavy means windy and windy means fast. And it has the potential to be a bit faster, and it does make a difference. I'm looking at my speed now. So, yeah, I always see fish under there as well. And everything wants to be left alone, me included. So we've got a nice mutual understanding. We just hang out together, but we don't interact. But it's going well. It's not sunny today.
Day 60, which means it's Christmas Day. Merry Christmas, everybody. I hope that you're spending it with some loved ones and eating far too much food, and know that I'm having a really good time. It's very not windy today. I think Christmas is a time to be thankful, and if you don't know, I am on day 60 of rowing from mainland Europe to mainland South America. As long as I get there, I will be the first person to row solo, unsupported and non-stop across that route. And I just wanted to emphasise a little bit on unsupported, because it means that I don't have a nearby boat helping me and giving me stuff or whatever. But I have had so much support to get me to this point. I have had the best group of sponsors, including Team Forces. And then I have had the best training that I could possibly have had, especially in the very short time that we had, about 2 months of training, 3 months maybe, at Brannock through Charlie and Lizzie. And then Charlie also does all of my weather routing while I'm here, and texts me every single day to make sure that I'm alright. I am not an ocean rower. I am on day 60 of rowing an ocean, and I am still not one, and I will hopefully get there, and I still won't be one. I am a normal rower who happens to be rowing an ocean. But I have had a lot of help from people who are, and who I absolutely could not have done it without. Yeah, the weather's a lot nicer since I got through the Canaries. It's a lot more helpful, and it's had a very big change in my mood, and it's a lot easier to stay motivated, because every day South America does feel like it's getting a little bit closer, which is just really nice. And then I also, one more thing to be thankful for, I have the best group of people at home who encourage me every single day, including, and especially, my parents and my boyfriend, who are the best. And all of you guys for following along. I just want to say thank you to everybody, because I'm having a really good time, and I'm very grateful that I get to be here. And I'll be home soon. So I'll see you all soon. But Merry Christmas, have a lovely day.
I'll be continuing to compile these audio clips right up to her arrival sometime in February, we hope. So please ensure you subscribe to this podcast if you haven't already. There's more images, links and information, of course, over on the outdoorstation.co.uk website. But more importantly, please take a look at her social on Instagram, Atlantic_solo_Zara. And as I say, leave a supportive note. If you want to keep an eye on tracking her, then have a look at teamforces.org, where there is an up-to-date live track of her progress, and more information on womeninsport.org. So that's about it from me today. I shall be back very soon with more podcasts and another update from Zara a bit later on. Until then, I hope we all have a happy and healthy 2025. Take care, everyone, and bye for now.
Thank you for listening to this podcast. To hear or see more from our extensive free library, please visit theoutdoorstation.co.uk.